Tune songs are good. All right. Company 10. Let's go. Let's get it. Y'all know what it is. Hey, it's me, your man. Still no trade damage for now. I still got 1 week to lay the claim of which I was talking about, but it's me, Trade the Commish, the People's Code CC, Cornelius Code CC, as we call him. I'm very sure Bishop, aka Sean, aka Bishop, the GOAT, is going to show up in a little bit, but y'all know what this is. First Formation, the C.O.B. representing. What's good with you, Coach? What's good this morning, with this afternoon? I'm so used to saying morning, but what's good this afternoon?
Nothing, just enjoying this Chi-Town weather. Good to be in Chicago right now, man. We got a lot to talk about. But I will say this. Ooh, man. NBA that started back up. WNBA finished. Didn't like the finish. We can start there. Let's start there. I ain't like the finish.
Okay, let's get to it. So what is it that you didn't like about the finish? WNBA, we know the WNBA just finished with their world championship, in which it was the Minnesota Lynx up against the quote unquote, you can almost say dream team, but it's a very potent team. Maybe not the dream team, but potent team in the New York Liberty. The Lynx took them to 5. And I guess you could say it didn't end as such. I watched the game. You watched the game. The whole nation watched the game. It was a lot of people in state. Do you think, I asked a question, which I'm very sure I know what the answer is. Do you think the Lynx were robbed?
Yeah, they were robbed. And the WNBA, they should stop that. They got to start, man. You got to do better than that. For a championship game, the spotlight on you, people tuned in and people want to see a good competitive game, and then you rob them young ladies at the end of the game, man. Like they did the same thing in the semifinals in the March Madness the last time, right? With the whole foul on Paige Beckers or whatever, the UConn picking up the foul, coming down. Man, 5 seconds left. Put your whistle up and let them play. Let them play that out. I just feel like they wanted the Liberty to win. Like, you see, they steer the narrative sometimes.
In which it was messed up because I didn't think it was foul. I seen a couple of other people watch. I was watching some of the people, my fellow b-ball or lady b-ball watchers that said it was messed up. It was after Stewie missed those two free throws. I'm sorry. After Stewie missed those 2 free throws, it was almost a wrap. Like Collier and they was locked in, and then to watch it go the way it did, she go down, she knocked the 2, they go to overtime, and then after that, it was just a matter of you can feel it that the air was out the building at that point, and that they was just going to work. They was just going to do exactly what they was expected to do, wear them down. Basically, 5 minutes, everyone slated with a clean slate. And what you expected to happen is what happened in state. I didn't agree with the call. I didn't agree with it. And I actually, when it went to overtime, I cut it off because I already knew what was going to happen and what the inset was going to be, or what the expectancy was going to be. I turned it back just to see, and when I see that they was up by like 3 or 4 at that point, with the minutes ticking down, I was like, hey, it's over. I was like, they're not going to be able to come back from this.
Hats off to an overall decent season. I think they got more viewers this year. A lot of pluses came out of the WNBA this season, but I don't know if that championship is going to help them moving forward or hurt them a little bit, because you got to try to keep that balance. And like I said, sometimes it's got to be about the players and not about what the league want and about what the officials want. You know what I mean?
What's good, Eric? I kind of figured that.
Oh, man. Hey, let's not go. We're going to say that for Sunday, right?
That's who plays tonight.
Huh?
That's who plays tonight.
Yeah, I know they play tonight, but yeah. I'm just saying.
The depth. Well, we'll talk about it a little bit. Like, we definitely gonna go in depth.
I was gonna say, man, they let me down, Eric. Man, for real, man. Like hurt me in the picks, man. The Vikings. Yeah, man, hurt me, man. Like, come on, man. 10-point lead. You know what I'm saying? 10-point lead.
Get to it. We definitely gonna talk to it. We're gonna save some of that, getting to that early when we talking about. But yeah, it was just one of those things, man. In which, like I said, we're gonna get to that in a second. But what did you think? We was just talking about early the Lakers game. Like I was just before I got on here, I was in another on a live chat when someone was talking about the disparity between LeBron getting Bronny into the league, quote unquote, and what? And one of the questions was, shout out to my man Kevin Williams on his live. One of the questions was, where was all this hoopla and all this stuff when Dwayne Wade was able to get Zaire onto the Utah bench at some point? Although Zaire did go the G League route, and being like they said, Zaire didn't play a lick of college basketball. He went to a prep school. Wasn't even a starter in the squad.
You man, stop it. You know what?
Oh, we're not gonna do that.
It shouldn't even be a question as to why. We already know why. This dude is the B GOAT, man. Like if they had an A GOAT, then you know who the A GOAT is, and then this guy is in the running for being the GOAT, one of the greatest of all time. Dwayne Wade is not one of the greatest of all time. So what do we care? That's not the same. It's not the same. It don't carry the same weight. Don't have the same ring to it. We talking a level of greatness. LeBron James has achieved a different level of greatness than Dwayne Wade. What are we talking about? That's what makes all the difference. That makes a whole lot of difference. Like it's like the same type of hype would have been if Shaquille O'Neal could have played alongside his son. Great. You know what I'm saying? The greatest to ever do it. That's what we're talking about right now. Dwayne Wade didn't take nothing away from his career. He was good, but he ain't no LeBron James. Stop it, man.
So you bring up another good point, right? In which, saying, as I sit up and think about now, round ball is back in effect. We just seen the first couple of games. We saw the Lakers take out the Minnesota Vikings. We saw the Boston Celtics blitzkrieg the New York Knicks in what was like, this ain't even a contest. 20 tied record out the gate, 29 threes in a game. We seen
they shot 60 of them though, Trey. Who shot 60 threes in a game?
You're gonna hit 50% if you say at some point, huh? But then of course we saw Phoenix beat the Clippers in their new stadium. We've seen a lot, right?
That was an overtime game, and James Harden blew that game in the end. James, that's just an indication of what's gonna happen to the Clippers if you got to lean on James Harden. He is not clutch. He's not gonna come through. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I get it. He has no business. Yeah, we could say he has. I said that before. I didn't think Bronny was ready, and obviously his coach don't think he's ready. That's why he didn't get much burn in that game.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to say that, right?
He wanted to win.
I pursue that, but so this is peep game, right? I'm not going to even say that JJ didn't initially have, because when Bronny entered the game, there was a certain difference in score. When Bronny got pulled from the game, there was a lot difference in the score at that point. So, like you said, like I saw you, Myers, go ahead and we need to get him enlisted. That's the only way he got to get enlisted. So when you break it down, it's like that's what happened. Like, so what I realized, right, is we can't. It's a little presumptuous to say that Bronny can't be or won't be whatever for the most part, because it honestly takes experience. It takes some growing in the situation. Everyone's not just gonna come out the gate and be like, like with all these children, right? All these offsprings that was born from greatness. When and where have we seen any of them outside of Steph Curry? That's probably about as far as we can go. Besides Steph Curry, anyone that was the offspring of a great player, and Steph Curry was not the offspring of a great player when you think about it. But when we think about greatness, whose kid has been that great when you look at it? And when you look at the ones that's coming up, who like Bronny.
Steph Curry wasn't good until his third or fourth year, man. He wasn't even talking about him when he first came out of Davidson, other than the fact that he was Dale Curry's son. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I said sometimes I had to go back. I had to go back and say, no, Steph Curry is better than his dad, clearly. But you know what I'm saying? But when you look at it, the next closest one who had probably had a great dad, like you got to take in consideration, Michael Thompson was better than Dale Curry, right? Which is Klay Thompson's father.
Klay Thompson.
Michael Thompson was actually, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know he was injured, but he wasn't injured that whole time. He wasn't injured that whole time.
And Steph was, Steph came out, but you know what I'm saying? So when you look at it, about the best you can get is maybe Michael Thompson. Maybe Michael Thompson, Klay Thompson type, was about the best father-son tag.
No, man, look, I never said Bronny wasn't going to be good someday, people. I've never said that. I've said right now he wasn't ready. Right now,
he feel like he doesn't deserve to be in the league right now.
Yeah, he didn't look good. I'm just saying right now, maybe it would have done him some good to stay another year in college or something, man. I'm just saying. I know that they pushed it up because of who his daddy is and stuff like that. I know that these moves was made for a reason. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know Steph Curry was hurt early on in his career, but he wasn't always hurt. He wasn't hurt for no 4 years. I mean, maybe 2. I'll give you 2. I'm not gonna give you 4. Like, come on, man. It took him about 4 to get warmed up in the league, man, for him to really make a name. And we all know it. We know that he was making some shots here and there, and he was doing some things, but they was turning the curve. And it's the same thing right now. When I saw what I wanted to see from Bronny, man, it would have been nice if he'd have hit that assist trade. That's what we was talking about. Like when LeBron dropped it to him, it would have set things crazy. I found myself rooting for the young man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you ain't always got to agree, but now it's the moment. And so now I just hope Bronny starts seizing the moment whenever he get opportunities, because that's going to help him out. You know what I'm saying?
What I just said on my man Kevin Williams live is, or what I typed is that I believe that Bronny is not going to make it on the 15-man roster the whole season. I believe.
What's that got to do with anything, man? Oh wow!
So I honestly in tenfold believe that Bronny at some point, regardless of all the hoopla and the fact that yes, he's a $2 million player on the roster, he's a roster that at some point is going to be, they're going to have to send him down to the G League to get some type of more nurturing. Yeah, I think he's going. I think without a doubt, he's going to at some point be sent down to the G League.
What's up with it? What up with it?
Is here. Okay, my bad. I was cooking. Hey, my bad. The GOAT is here though. I want y'all to know the GOAT is here. And if it wasn't for y'all, I should have listened to y'all. I knew I should have picked Detroit. I knew Detroit was going to win that game. I knew it.
There we go.
I knew Detroit was going to pick that and win that game.
So I ask you this: What's going on? What's going on, Sid?
He should go to the G League. He should go to
the G League, right? He should have went to the G League. No. Well, that's bad. Do you think he's going to go to the G League at some point during the season?
He shouldn't even be in the NBA, bro.
But we've been talking about that, but I'm just going to put it out.
So wait. What do you mean I can't say that, bro? This is my thing, right?
This is why I say we can't say that.
Yes, I'm gonna tell you why you can say that. This man averages 4.8 points a game in USC, bro.
You know who else?
Hold on. Let me finish. 4.8 points a game in at USC. He's the only McDonald's All-American in the history of the McDonald's All-American who averaged 14 points or below in high school. 14 points below in high school. He's the only person in the history of the McDonald's All-American who's done that. How does he deserve to be in the NBA, bro? He does not, bro. When you got people like Shaq's son, who deserves to be in there, he should be in the G League. He just came out the G League. He just got signed by the Nets.
He just got signed by the Nets, but you know where he was before he got signed by the Nets?
Yeah.
He was in Sacramento, and Sacramento cut him.
I bet he better than LeBron. I bet he better than Bronny.
it's neither here nor there now. It's like he's there, but I think what JJ Redick did was, like I think he did what he had to do. Like, look, man, you ain't ready right now, so we trying to win this game. So I gotta give JJ Redick his props for being that bold.
Like Stephen A. and them said, he made history by doing that. He did what he needed to do, get it out the way, so there's nothing to talk about. Later on, why didn't you play Bronny? You first game of the season. Get all that out the way and let that man go about his business. Push him down. It means the best player at USC probably playing overseas. All right. That part, Mike.
That's
that part.
I mean, we all knew that, you know, like I did feel like somebody else probably deserved that spot, but Bronny got it. And like I said, now it's time for Bronny. It's time for Bronny to step up now.
Yeah,
he
true
can't
that.
step up.
That's the truth. But
he is the last person on that team. Bronny, and there's nobody. Everybody on that team is better than Bronny.
And what's up with D. Russ' new look with his hair, man? What are he doing?
Who? D'Angelo Russell?
Yeah, what are he doing, man?
I didn't see it. What happened?
What are he doing with the Laker color hair? Like, what are he doing, man? Like seriously, like the sun's shining yellow, man.
Everybody trying. Everybody.
I keep it 100, right? In my opinion, it goes back to what I was saying last year. I firmly believe that Bronny being drafted really made no difference whatsoever, right? Bronny was drafted 55th out of 58 picks, 3 picks short of being the last or not being drafted.
We've seen people come from there, Trey. We've seen it with our own eyes. We've seen people come from that low and ball out. We've seen people not drafted. We've seen people come from street ball and ball. So I'm just saying.
That was the first thing for me where I looked at like it doesn't make no difference where Bronny was drafted. It's only news because of who Bronny is and who his father is. Now I can get people's point in which they was like Bronny got into the game early. And he's a bench player, you know what I'm saying? And they digging. Yeah, true that. Flat, without a doubt, that is so true. We've seen a lot of people hit a wall, you know what I'm saying, across the board, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, it doesn't make a difference. We've seen some great things.
We saw the first overall pick, Trey. We saw the first overall pick last night make 2 shots. Like, what's his name? Ricochet. However you say his name. How you say his name again?
Is it Ricochet?
But anyway, he made 2 buckets.
Yeah, it's not going to make a difference. Like in the insight is, it's not going to make a difference. Bronny, even from where his standpoint is and how everyone views him, by mid-season, Bronny might be balling, right? He can be potentially balling, or he can be in the G League, and then he can be snatched up by someone else that thinks he has some upside.
Stop it, bro.
What's my man? My man got a couple of 10-day contracts at the G League. What's the dude that be winning the dunk contest? He ain't got more ball than. I'm just saying.
What makes you train? This is my thing. What makes you think a young man at USC at the college level, average 4? Let's round up 5 points a game. 5 points.
Who else did that? You know who else did that? And is like one of the top players in the league right now. No, not Kendrick Perkins.
Who?
Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler had those type of numbers in college.
Okay, hold on. Where did Jimmy Butler
first year of college?
Where did he go to school at?
He went to Marquette.
Oh,
was it Marquette?
No, I don't think it was Marquette. Hold on, let me look. I'll look, but I don't think it was. Either way, 5 points a game. 5 points, bro. At the college level. So if you can only score 5 points at the college level, what makes you think you can do more in the NBA?
You can.
That's second tier.
I was puzzled by the move, but I got past it because it's like, man, once it's done, it's done. But it's like he ain't nowhere close to a Jimmy Butler right now. But Jimmy Butler worked his tail off in the NBA. You remember when he was at first in Chicago, he ain't had no jump shot. Like y'all can say what y'all want to say, but when he was first in Chicago, he ain't had no mid range, he ain't had no long range, he ain't had nothing but defense.
Hold on,
he was scrappy. That was it.
CC, hold on. Let me tell you this. Jimmy Butler did that at Tyler Junior College. He did that at Tyler Junior College. Then he went to Marquette.
Yeah.
Then he went to.
He's just froze.
No, Tyler Junior College. What I'm saying, Bronny went to USC. This ain't no junior. This ain't no JUCO. This ain't none of that. He
And
went to USC.
let's not remove the fact that Bronny came back from a cardiac incident as well.
But I'm not going to use that as no excuse.
We can't
You
use
in the
that
league now. You in the league. Like
you've been cleared to play. You've been cleared to play.
It's like
that's just like old boy from
a few years ago, we bashed the Ball brothers or they pops or whatever for doing some of the same things that we let LeBron get away with, but it's because it's LeBron, right?
Right.
So Sean, so Bishop, you saying that basically he got cleared to play just like you get cleared on your profile. Go take that PT test.
That part. Go get that PT test. Hey, your profile is
over.
Oh, it said ended on October the 23rd. Get over there and get in line. Get over there and get in that line. Get ready for that PT test. Get on in that line. You good. You good.
Oh my goodness. So,
but I get 2 days for every day. I get 2 days. Remember that 2 days for every day.
We know it's a little bit of privilege. We know there's a little bit of privilege was involved. I agree with Mike over here with the whole. It was a little bit of something. You know, we know it was. We know it's a little bit of privilege involved. Can we really be mad at the privilege?
Why Commissioner Myers taking shots? Talk about he went to the same school as OJ and Reggie Bush.
But them were some ballers, though. You know what I'm saying?
Later in life,
but there were some ballers. You know.
They earned the right to commit
they were
murder.
Some ballers.
They commit. So now you just broke up someone else. Came to the league back in full effect again. Lonzo Ball, after 2 years, is back in Chicago uniform. Matter of fact, you in Chicago, you plan on catching the game if you possibly could, or are they playing?
I'm gonna miss the game because I'm leaving tomorrow. But nepotism. I'm glad that Ball, finally, maybe he done matured a little bit. He been out 2 seasons, right? He done missed pretty much the bulk of 2 seasons. Maybe it's done some good. I see he's been working on his shot. It looks a little bit better.
It has changed. Yeah, his form has changed.
Yeah. The form that switched up a little bit. He working on the shot, She was great. Like, come on, man. You keep bringing up all these greats.
Cheryl might be better than Reggie. Like, we understand what Reggie was.
Bringing up all these greats. Hey, Cheryl was better than quite a few of them. We can name quite a few of them.
Greats, a couple of greats of that. Like, Cheryl was.
You know what I'm saying?
So, I mean, when we started doing that, USC a lot of Tina Thompsons, Lisa Leslie, like USC cranked them out. They're girls. Juju! But you know what I'm saying? That's something else. We're gonna definitely get in, tap in on that every once in a while. But like you said, Lonzo is back, right? He's back in effect. Of course, the team ain't what it was when he left initially. Caruso is gone now, but they do have Giddey, although he is not the type of defensive prowess that Caruso had. But they have other things. So Levine, they're without DeMar. You know what I'm saying? DeMar's in Sacramento now. So, but what do you think is the ceiling for Chicago in your opinion with Lonzo Ball back and the pieces in which they currently have?
Well, it's not just LaMelo. It's Jello. It's the other one, right? What's the other one? Jello. Angelo or whatever. Jello. It's the Angelo that's really going back and forth with the camera or whatever because Cameron said that he can't really ball or whatever, but you know what I mean. But at the same time, we haven't seen Angelo on this level. We haven't seen Angelo. I haven't really heard much about him since whatever happened in China. To be honest, like
yeah, he's good. Like he's
him with the Cameron thing was more shine than I seen him get in a long time.
But the conversation we just having talking about the playing and stuff like that, like that's LiAngelo. LiAngelo didn't get that much burn. We see he didn't get a chance to play at UCLA. He was released from UCLA because of the China incident. He was bounced around. He's been in a couple of. I don't even think he's played in the G League, which is interesting. He hasn't even went that route. He was an assassin in high school. He was known for his prowess to knock down the outside shot, which kept him relevant, but then he never got a chance to show that in any case or form or fashion. We just talked about how LaMelo was able to do what he did, but he did it a different route, different way. He went the chapter school route. He played overseas. He played.
So Trey, who you think the best one? out of the Ball brothers.
LaMelo?
Huh? You think LaMelo? I think it's gonna be Lonzo. I think Lonzo gonna help a team more. I think LaMelo in over his head trying to help carry a team. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the wrong role.
I would offer what your question was. I think LaMelo is the better of the three, but I think Lonzo is probably going to be the one more so geared to be able to enact, saying to have some type of success as a team player. But I think LaMelo is the better of the three.
Okay.
Without a doubt. So that's clear cut. So I have y'all both here, right? I know it's saying a little transition before we get into the NFL because there's plenty to talk about in the NFL. But since I have y'all both here, right? If I do that,
the Dodgers.
What does that say? Because I know y'all both Yankees fans. So being clear, right?
Judge Soto and what's his name? Giancarlo Stanton they finna knock the ball all over the park. I hope them pitchers ready. You miss these bats is what the Yankees finna say. Miss these bats over here.
You muted, Bishop.
The only person I'm worried about is Ohtani. That's the only one I'm worried about.
That's all you worried about?
Well, Mookie Betts. You can't sleep on Betts, man. Betts is dangerous with that bat. Like he reminded me of Jeter. He come up with timely hits in big games, but
they ain't finna do nothing, Mike.
Miss these bats.
It's all about them Yankees.
I would go down the list. Volpe, all them dudes ready with them bats, boy. You gotta miss 1 through 9 on the Yankees.
It's coming to the Yanks, baby.
You got 1 through 6 on LA. You got 1 through 9 on the Yankees.
Let's go. Thank you, Anthony. Better pitches on the.
What's your prediction? What's the predictions? We get them out the way now for that.
It'll go over the full series.
You think it's going to
go 7? I think it might go 7.
Say Yankees.
It's going 6 or 7, but I got the Yankees winning it, and I got them winning it in prolific fashion.
Definitely definitely Yankees.
I got the Yankees.
Game 1 is what, Saturday, right? Ain't game 1 Saturday?
Tomorrow. I'm with Commissioner Myers.
LA is 6. Man, stop.
LA is 6. Nah.
Anthony, but who in 6 game? What? 6 game Yanks? Anthony?
Yeah. Hey, and Ohtani not going to even like he ain't even ready to pitch or nothing. But it would be awesome to see him pitch in the World Series. I'm just saying, like even if he came in as a relief, even if he came in for a couple of innings in an extra inning game as relief, I think that'd be cool. I think it'll be something special.
Anthony said, Yankees in 6. So yeah, but we'll see. I got Dodgers in 6, LA in 6, Big Blue Wrecking Crew. So what's it about? So, like I said, plenty to talk about NFL, right? Especially this what I woke up to on Monday morning. And
Ayuk out for the season?
No, I already knew that was happening. With DeAndre Hopkins going to Kansas City.
They just keep doing it, don't they? They just keep surprising you.
And so when I sit back and look at what are the Dodgers, what are the 49ers doing? Like all this, like it should be all the nothing. So what I get and I understand is most teams aren't ready to go all in on certain things because hence the reason why we know Detroit isn't after certain players because it makes no sense to do that. They still got to pay. Hutchinson's coming back, and they got to pay. And he still has a price tag on him. Ayuk is coming back, and he just got a price tag. Jawan Jennings is coming back. He just got a little something not too long ago. Debo is coming back. He has, you know what I'm saying? So I get it, like to not go out, but it's got to be something there. Like you got to have some fight because these teams that you're potentially going to be playing are getting better. The dang on Kansas City Chiefs just picked up DeAndre Hopkins, adding to their team where they know that other people's coming back, right? And then they sit up and there's still the rumor out there or the possibility of them picking up Cooper Kupp, who was on the chopping block now, or Cooper Kupp going to Buffalo or going to Detroit or going to Baltimore. Like at this point, I'm finna throw whatever I can. We need Cooper in San Francisco, right? And especially when you talk about Cooper going to Minnesota, which we know that's not going to happen. But what if, you know what I'm saying? Or what? Because the ideal is to sit up and with a strong possibility of Matt Stafford being switched with Sam Darnold and sending Sam to LA and sending Matt to Minnesota, which I think will be egregious because I keep on saying why I keep on not going with Minnesota because I expect Sam Darnold to hit his
Man, you can keep hoping that he hit that wall, but right now reality is reality. They don't look like they finna hit a wall no time soon. Like I think it's well coached. It's a different breed when you got a good coach. You know, it's good when you got like what Shanahan did and kept y'all relevant. He keeping y'all relevant as long as he can. And then he dropped I still don't agree with him in some playoff situations, but he keep y'all relevant. That's what Minnesota has right now. They got a coaching staff that got those players believing. For the first time in his career, Sam Darnold got a coach that believes in his ability and knows how to bring out the best in him.
How to play the best of him.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, so that's scary right there that Darnold got somebody that can bring out the best of him. You know, he wouldn't have got this opportunity. We know he wouldn't have got that opportunity if McCarthy didn't get hurt or whatever. But it's well. It looked like it's well timed and it's well deserved. He's stepping in and he's the backup quarterback and he donning that role. But to your thing, Cooper Kupp, all these man, to me it's overhyped. Like DeAndre Hopkins going to the Chiefs. Like I said, the Chiefs just keep doing their thing. We saw this with Juju a few years ago or whatever. We see the kind of moves that they make to try to bring some veteran presence on the team. This only helps D-Hop though. This don't really help the Kansas City. The Kansas City Chiefs, they was undefeated without him, and they're gonna run through the season without him. So it's gonna really help. This is for me, it's D-Hop's time to put the past in the past. The performance enhancing drug stuff, the fall off going to the Titans. This is your chance to shine again. So it's up to D-Hop to make the most of it, in my opinion.
You know what? Staying on the D-Hop thing, what I realized, in which I was going in listening. I listen to ESPN radio as I'm going into work in the morning. So one thing in which I thought about that has been put out there, which is probably real prevalent, is the fact of Patrick Mahomes has never had to throw passes directly to a covered receiver. Now we realize that's one of D-Hop's superpowers is he's extraordinarily great at 50-50 balls. Patrick Mahomes hasn't been in that situation where he has to, because D-Hop isn't one of those receivers that's going to get great separation. Like if you want to give him the ball, you're going to have to put the ball there. So now we're going to see how good Patrick Mahomes is with.
He been struggling this season. Like he tied for the league with interceptions. He throwing more interceptions than he throwing touchdowns this year. That's got nothing to do with the fact that the Chiefs are a better team. You go into a team that knows how to win, regardless of what the quarterback does. The defense got his back. Those interceptions ain't cost them a game. You know, it's like some other teams. Like if it was Dak Prescott, you like, oh, them interceptions costing you games. Like nothing that they doing. The Chiefs are doing everything right, even when everybody around said, hey, they ain't doing nothing. They doing everything wrong. They doing everything right because they silently just keep winning, keep plugging away. I think that if D-Hop ever has some championship medal in him, this is his time to prove it. And I don't agree with you that Patrick Mahomes ain't never had to squeeze passes in there because he had Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill wasn't always wide open. Tyreek Hill wasn't even wide open in the Super Bowl when they won that game. You know what I'm saying? Richard Sherman just made a bad play. Like, that's what happened. Like, we all saw that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, we know what Patrick Mahomes can do. If he gets it together, that's gonna make it scary. But I think it's up for D-Hop. Get open. Like you say you was open in Tennessee. Now we're gonna see you open in Kansas City, and all eyes gonna be on you whether you're gonna catch these passes or drop them. So I think it's more for D-Hop.
They said that they want to. So going back, it's funny that AP says that. Going back to that, right? Who do you think is the best fit? Now that you have a Stafford that's probably on the chopping block, Cooper Kupp is definitely on the chopping block, or he's on the trading block. I can say the chopping. He's on the trading block. What do you think is the best fit for Cooper Kupp right now? Regardless of the money, all that, who's a good fit? It's
a couple of teams I think that could use him right now. Like let's not sleep. Let's not act like the Jets are all good. But if he went to the Bills, you would have to say, whoa. And I'm wondering why the Ravens ain't throwing their name in there. They just gonna ride Lamar Jackson and what you call it to the Super Bowl. They think, right? And Derrick Henry to the Super Bowl. I don't know why they not in that for Cooper Kupp, but the Ravens name should be in there because I think that would really boost them. Somebody that can get Bateman open, somebody that can get Zay Flowers wide open. I think, and somebody that live wide open himself because his route running is so precise. And so, you can teach the things that Cooper Kupp can bring to your team can teach you. But yeah, I think, I think since he can't go to the Chiefs, because I think the Chiefs could have used him, and I think that would have been a great fit for him as far as, not wanting to go down the rabbit hole, so to speak, to some of these other losers. But man, don't sleep. Chicago can use them right now. Pittsburgh can use them right now. It's a lot of places. It's a lot of places where I feel like he could be beneficial.
So the reason I think, like you said, why you would think that the best ideally that it would be someone like the Baltimore Ravens that are going after him. But of course, I think they want a second round pick for him. But it's so I think ideally why the Baltimore Ravens wouldn't go after him is due to the fact that their game is predicated on the run, and that doesn't help them any. So I don't foresee Cooper Kupp getting any balls there if he's in a Ravens uniform.
I do. When these teams start putting 8 men in the box and they start spying Lamar and start playing smart football against this team, especially when it gets closer to the playoff time, you're gonna see them amp it up. And we seen that if Derrick Henry has one weakness, man, it's hitting him in the backfield. He already 8 yards deep. So if you beat the front line and you hit him in the backfield, you tackle him in the backfield, which has been they early exit when he was with Tennessee. That's how they get him out of the playoffs real quick. Like they out of the playoffs real quick because then you put the pressure on Tannehill to perform. I think when they start doing that, when teams get a little bit wiser and say, hey, you know what, we're gonna press your receivers because they ain't all that with the receivers that you got, and we go play man the whole game and we go put the 8 man in the box. I think it's gonna change some stuff, and they're gonna see that they need a receiver. I like Heap. I like Likely. I like the piece. I like Lamar. I like what Lamar is doing with what he got right now. But I'm saying that when it comes to, you're not gonna beat the Chiefs with what you got right now. You didn't beat them last year. You're not gonna beat them this year with what you got right now. You had a running game last year. You had a good running game last year. You had a good running game. You've had a good running game since for a while. It ain't got you a Super Bowl. So at some point, that man gonna have to toss that rock, but who is he throwing it to on the other end is gonna be the point.
So they may have had a good running game last year, but that running game was predicated on the quarterback. Now, you even said it earlier yourself, Derrick Henry is looking at potentially being a 2,000-yard receiver, 2,000-yard back for a second year in the NFL.
That would be impressive.
So with that being said, we already know Derrick Henry is definitely a different breed when it comes to this run game, and you coupled him with potentially who is going to be the top rushing quarterback of all time, as it's said and done. So he's pretty potent right now. It's definitely a different dynamic to some degree. So, but I mean, I just don't think
right now the Ravens can win a Super Bowl with what they're doing right now. I mean, because I think it's good regular season, but like I said, in the playoffs, when I'm scheming, when my only job is to scheme to stop you for this week, and we going all out,
it's probably different depending on who's the scheme, who's doing the scheme.
I mean, because we've seen Derrick Henry do this before. I mean, he's been doing this, and so I'm surprised he's still doing it at this high level. People, I'm not going to even lie. Coming off a foot injury, I didn't see this coming, so I'm gonna put that out there. Like I didn't think that this was going to work the way it's working, but it's still early in the season. It ain't late in the season yet. So I'm just saying, you might want to try to get Cooper Kupp, man. You might want to get somebody that stays open all the time.
Now, from what Anthony was saying, out of those two, I don't see him being a good fit in Washington. However, I do see him be a good fit in Pittsburgh because now he's on that other side. He's George Pickens is taking the top off the
Pittsburgh, man, they could be dangerous if they keep this up. They could be dangerous. They could take Baltimore out before it even come to that. You know what I mean? Like they in the same division with them. They could take Baltimore out before it come to that. Like so,
what about on in the NFC? Like who do you see that a good Cooper Kupp fit? Like we say AFC. I don't know about Buffalo.
I would say my Dallas Cowboys, man, but we ain't trying to get nobody. Evidently, Jerry Jones just don't want to win. Like he ain't trying. He content with what we got. But yeah, I mean, I think he could help us out a whole lot. Green Bay is another spot. Green Bay is another spot where I say, man, if he slid over there, ooh, him and Jordan Love would look real, you know. And like I said, the Chicago Bears, man, I think Caleb Williams need another weapon. He'll be good over there in Chicago.
Can you see that? The receiving core of Kmet, Allen, Moore, and Cup, that would be pretty nasty. But I don't know if Caleb has the Tampa Bay.
Did they just lose Godwin? Godwin out a while, right? Somebody out a while, was it?
They lost. And you know what? Good. Thank you for that point, Anthony. So what I see and what I think about now is what is up with the loss of the two receivers, your top two, like everyone, the Chargers. That's a good point too, Anthony. Him and Matt, he's probably best to go to the Chargers. But what do you think about is the point up with the loss of the two? Everyone is leaving their top two receivers. You had Rashid Shaheed and Chris Olave in New Orleans. Now you have Tampa Bay has a loss or a couple of game loss of Mike Evans and Chris Goddard. You were just before this week, the Rams were without Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. San Francisco is now without Deebo Samuels and Brandon Ayuk. The Philadelphia Eagles were without Devontae Adams, and AJ Brown. Yep. Like everyone is losing their top two receivers, and which is putting a lot of stress. It's like everyone's going through it. Like, you know, saying your turn. Hell, the Cowboys, not the Cowboys, the Houston Texans was close. They lost Tank Dell at one point. Now they're without Nico Collins. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like everyone
get back to a running game.
Does that really work?
Well, sometimes I mean, in the regular season, look, I think you really need a run game in the regular season. I think that's a part of the Dallas Cowboys. That's a part of our problem right now is we can't run the ball. First of all, you can't block to open up a hole for anybody to run. So it's like it's a struggle, right? Like I think, but you see it on the flip side. San Francisco got a little bit of running game. But it's not helping them right now because their problem is Brock Purdy right now. Brock Purdy not looking like MVP like this year. Let's just tell the truth. He not looking MVP like this year.
But someone said it. They was like, so now you went from basically Brock Purdy has went from having Debo, up and coming Jawan Jennings, and Brandon Ayuk and Christian McCaffrey to now there's no Christian McCaffrey. Jordan Mason is looking nice, but Jordan Mason now is the only running back. They got Guerrero, but he's no Jordan Mason compared to Jordan Mason compared to Christian McCaffrey. So that doesn't look good. And now you're down to the next three.
He missing simple reads that he was making all day last year, man. He missing wide open dudes that throw the ball to a dude that's double covered. I'm like, what are you doing? The man right in front of your face waving you down. He's standing in the middle of the field flagging you down, and you're missing him because I don't know. Like it's like, what are you doing, Purdy?
All I can say is, Ricky, you are back. Ricky. I need you to do something, Parasol. I need you to do something, bro. You're the one. You're the one now. You was drafted in the first round.
Hold on. I want to hear Bishop answer that question, though. Bishop, are you impressed with Hurts' play?
So I saw the question by Anthony Murray, and I'm sitting here.
He's not. I'm very sure he's not.
I'm not. To me, I'm a realist. So
you're probably not impressed with the whole team, honestly.
I'm not. To be honest, I'm a realist. I'm gonna keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's my team or not, just like you, CC, I'm real about it. I'm not impressed.
Wait, hold on. What are you trying to say there, Bishop?
I'm not impressed with my team. You be bogus about your team.
I hear these guys are talking the same thing, but two of these guys is doing the same. That's what I hear. That's what I hear from your comment.
But to answer the question, no, I am not at all happy on what the Eagles are doing. I feel like Jalen Hurts, to be honest, this week when I was watching that game between the Eagles and the Giants, Saquon Barkley saved us in that game. Saquon Barkley, we rode on Saquon Barkley's coattail in that Giants game. I'm not gonna even lie. Yes, AJ Brown had a touchdown. I think Devontae Smith may have caught 2 balls, if that. I know Dallas Goedert, I think, had a catch or 2, but for the most part, we ran the ball. And with that being said, I'm gonna say it like this: Jalen didn't impress me at all. I honestly saw, if you sit and think about it, Jalen is the only quarterback who doesn't believe in throwing the ball away. He takes unnecessary sacks that he does not have to take. Jalen tries his hardest to try and make something out of nothing, and you can't always do that. It's okay to take to play another down. What you can't do, you know what I'm saying? It's okay to play another down. What you can't do is afford to play further behind the chains. You're up here running backwards 10, 15 yards to try and make something happen, and that's not going to work with everybody. And everybody knows what you do now. CC, everybody knows. Yeah. So with that being said, you can't continuously do that. You have to change your way of thinking of how you play the game. And with that, you're not doing that. And with that being said, that upsets me. This game that they just played this week against the Giants, I was saying during the game, Jalen, you're not looking good. I said, you're making bad. You're making
2 weeks in a row.
Right,
2 weeks in a row. They looked
not a rookie. Yeah,
you're making one, but they win it though. But you win it ugly, so
you are. But so is Kansas City.
Right.
So is Kansas City. But again, your luck is gonna run out. We're gonna have a test this week against Cincinnati. It's gonna be a test. It's definitely gonna be a test, in my opinion. We're gonna have a test this week against Cincinnati. We'll see how we pan out. We're playing in Cincinnati, so we'll be in Ohio. Hey, my opinion, I've been saying this, UCC as well as you, Trey. Y'all heard me. I've been wanting to fire Nick Sirianni for the longest.
Can you fire owners?
I know, right?
I'd rather fire my owner right now.
I'm saying, boy, it sounds like Mr. Jerry over there upset with his coaching staff over there, with his head coach.
He done lost it, man. He done lost his mind. Like, you blaming everybody. You pick this talent, quote unquote talent, you know, and you want this guy to try to coach his way out of a paper bag right now. Your talent, you need to talk to your talent and tell them, step up. You know what I'm saying? Like, step up. There's only so much a coach can do.
And everybody already mad because you decided to go get a washed up Z when you had the opportunity to get Derrick Henry, and right now he's playing balls to the wall.
And I thought we could have, I thought he could have went another direction or something. We could have got anybody, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he don't care about winning no more. He can't say he care about winning no more, man. Not just him.
Yeah, he's trying to pay for that damn stadium. Jerry's still paying for that stadium. That's why he worried about having tours because he trying to pay for that damn stadium. They got that stadium is open 7 days a week, bro. 7 days a week for something because they trying to pay that damn thing off.
Yeah,
they got a long time to do that. But I'm saying they got some always. So he always doing something at that stadium.
So basically, what leads up to saying tonight's pick as we get closer and closer, 12 minutes out, 11 minutes out. What did you think about what probably was the best game last week in the Detroit Lions and tonight's one of tonight's opponents, the Minnesota Vikings, when it came down to it? Like, Minnesota came out throwing haymakers, was up, and then
let Detroit get it back in that thing.
No, Detroit fans, I did not know Jared Goff. This guy is throwing 80. This guy completed 85. I just felt like I saw a stat. He completed 85% of his passes in the last 4 games. So 85%.
And knowing
he's just 3 or 4 years removed from going almost to 2 or 3 years without having an interception. Like, Jared Goff is underrated. Jared Goff is an underrated quarterback. This
is impressive. That's impressive. 85% in 4 games over a 4-game stretch. Man, we ain't see goats do that. Like, I'm just saying, what we seeing is unbelievable. Like,
Jared Goff is balling. He's balling out, man. He's balling out.
What do you think led to the fall off? Minnesota was within striking distance. Let's not get it twisted. what do you think
Well,
led to?
it was a field goal that won it, wasn't it? Wasn't it a field goal that won the game?
But Jahmyr Gibbs running that rock, I think that changed the game.
That part.
When he shook, that defense was on him. But once he shook him, they wasn't the same. They wasn't the same. If you saw, they was hesitant to make plays. They was hesitant to close in. They collapsed like they had been. They pursuit changed and everything. I was like, hold up, y'all scared of the man because the man got a little juke and the man got a little speed. Yeah, y'all nervous now. And then,
are y'all saying that Ben Johnson basically outplayed Flores, and that kind of like put them in a stalemate?
Well, yeah, because Flores didn't have a counter. Once Detroit got rolling, he didn't have a counter. I mean, Minnesota was still putting points on the board, but we this season we used to watching their defense like shut a team down certain stretches through the game to keep them with the lead. You didn't see that. They kept the Lions kept attacking, and once they figured it out, it was like watching Brady in the Super Bowl against the Atlanta Falcons. Once they got rolling, it was over.
Yeah, facts, straight facts.
And so what we have in the other opponent is the Los Angeles Rams coming back. They're coming back off of. Did they play? I don't think they played. They came off a bye, right?
Yeah,
they came coming out off a bye. However, with them coming back, they are just unlike other teams outside of the Eagles. They are getting their two-handle duel back in Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. Now, this is going to be a hell of a test for them, being up against the Minnesota Vikings defense, as we all know, has been very stout. And you're getting two receivers, both your top receivers, coming back off of what were injuries that has kept them out up until this point. I'm very sure we're all going to probably be across the board on the pick tonight. But for the sake of the conversation, do we foresee anything that the Los Angeles Rams can do to put the Minnesota Vikings on a 2-game lose streak?
No, the Rams could scrap this season, man, and get ready for next season. I think it's a wrap for them. Like, no disrespect to McVay. I'm still a McVay fan. I just think right now too many injuries and not enough pieces on the defensive side of the ball for the Rams right now. Is what's really been a hindrance this season. They've been at every game pretty much, but you can't stop nobody when it counts. So yeah, I don't think they're gonna stop Minnesota tonight. I think that's going to be their problem. Their Achilles heel right now is defense.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, right now Rams is in a bad spot. They did not want to see Minnesota after a loss. That is not what they wanted. And I'm guaranteeing you, Sam Darnold finna come out here and show his pure behind. Him and Justin Jefferson finna come out.
So that's what I was. That's my next question, because the rumors have been to do a swap, Sam Darnold for Matt Stafford, which would potentially put the Vikings over the hump, in which I think would be a bad look because Darnold is currently cooking. Although I'm the only person on this panel that continues to look for Sam Darnold to hit that wall, but it hasn't happened yet. But it's coming. Let's just say it's coming.
When you say a wall, what type of wall are you talking about?
I mean,
what does your wall consist of? What does that mean?
Is Justin Jefferson and Addison, are all those dudes not going to play like for the rest of the season?
That's the only way he hit a wall. That's the only way he would hit a wall, bro. Like, that's what I'm getting at. Like, what has you thinking he's finna hit a wall, bro?
He's gonna hit a wall, man. Like I would go with what I said earlier, that he's in a position where it's some people that believe in him, believe in his abilities, his skill, and are putting them to work as best they can, right? True enough, that's what's going on, right? But I just think the moment is gonna start to be too big for him. I don't know how long he can hold on to this, this magic moment. It may not come tonight, but if it does come tonight, maybe we do see the point to where Sam Darnold, the conversations of Stafford for Sam Darnold starts to escalate, because this is a window, right? This is a window in which they have an opportunity to kick in. And so it's like, does it make sense?
Kupp playing today? I thought he wasn't playing. Kupp.
I just said that. Kupp and Nacua are playing.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
So at this point, what would that look like? Would it be wrong for the teams to swap quarterbacks if that was the case?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trading.
I don't see
my young quarterback that's my backup quarterback for an old guy right now. I'm just not doing it.
So that you got to think, Stafford is only on 2 year. He only has 2 years remaining on his contract, or 2 years after this. So he technically has a year.
But JJ McCarthy coming back at some point. So.
True enough. But what do you think about? Just I'm playing anti-advocate. What do you think about Puka? I mean, what do you think about Sam Darnold being? I mean, not Sam Darnold. JJ McCarthy learning under Matt Stafford.
I think that's a good thing. You need it. You need a mentor. You need somebody who can show you, who's been in the league for a few years, who can give you teach you the ropes. That's the problem. That's the problem with Jalen. Jalen don't have that. Jalen don't have that.
Yeah, it's business. It's business.
I think you could accomplish that same thing with a good coaching staff, good quarterback coaches. You got to remember, where's this Josh McDaniels guy that helped the GOAT all those years? He didn't do well as a head coach, but he's still good as a quarterback coach. Like, where is this guy? Like, go look that guy up. Bring that guy in your squad. I mean, I'm just saying, like find a quarterback coach. If you can't get a veteran quarterback to mentor, then get a quarterback
coach. You
get a quarterback coach. Like, they still exist. They out there somewhere.
Straight facts. I totally agree with CC on that one. I think that's the problem with but then I say that, but then it's crazy because then you look at people like Jaden Daniels. Who is he looking up to? Who like Jane Dan when you CJ Stroud? Who like, you know what I'm saying? These are the exception to the policy. You know what I'm saying? These are the guys who are young but have come in and flourished quickly. You know what I'm saying? Even Patrick Mahomes, I think he when he first came in, he came in behind wasn't it?
Mahomes came in behind Alex Smith.
Alex Smith, that's right. Okay, so you can't count at that. But I'm just saying, you got the CJ Stroud. Let's not even sleep on Deshaun Watson. When his first couple of years in Houston, he was balling out. He ain't had nobody. He was showing. He was a problem. Right now he ain't there.
We had Bill O'Brien, who's proven that he was real good with quarterback.
Yeah, that's
quarterbacks. He's proven even at Alabama he did well with those quarterbacks. You know what I mean? Right. Bill O'Brien, man. So like I think sometimes, like I said, if you can't get a mentor on the field, then get a quarterback coach.
And then look at Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
Harbaugh. Come on,
right?
You already know. That's why Lamar Jackson is being successful as he has been. Another coach who played quarterback, who know the position, teaching him. Yeah. Right now, Lamar Jackson is the front runner for MVP again for the third time.
I gotta say, I know we're gonna talk more about it Sunday, but I gotta say, after watching this last game, Trey, I changed my mind. Yeah, he gonna probably win 3 if they keep this up. He gonna get number 3. Yeah. You know what I saw with Lamar? We could talk video game or this, that, whatever, man. But I saw that this dude got like a Randall Cunningham arm. He got like a Randall Cunningham type arm, a Dan Marino type arm. And then he got Barry Sanders type moves, man. Like, woo, man. He just, like, it's effortless when he in the pocket, he just shakes side to side. It's effortless when he shake those dudes.
He's a creative player. From Madden, that's what he is. He's a creative player.
Yeah, he's a creative player, bro. So keeping in our usual thing, is it a clean sweep? Is it the Vikings for everyone? The Vikings over the
I got Vikings.
I got the Vikings. Come on, we know you're trying to play. Go on, take the Rams like you want to. It didn't end well for you last week when you was 2-0, huh? It didn't end well for you there, buddy. When you was 2-0, you was on your little high horse. By the end of the day, you was galloping about that joke.
We get rough with some of those picks, man. I can't wait till Sunday so we can rehash some of those, man. Because some teams make me mad. It's certain teams that they start to tick me off.
So I would stay with the status quo, and I would take the Minnesota tonight as well. Worst case, if I lose, I still keep with Bishop. So I so it's cool. So. I ain't say that. I just say I still play 2 because we're tied. So Bishop came back last week, as we'll see the graphic on Sunday, but he came back last week with 11-4 on the day, CC and myself.
Should have been 12-3 if it wasn't for y'all and them damn had me go. I knew I should have voted for them damn Detroit. Listen to Smalls and all. Oh, I knew it. As soon as I seen that thing, I was like, God dang, I knew it.
It's the Eric effect. No one wants to be unfriended by Eric, so that's what no one wants to be unfriended by Eric. So you wonder.
I actually thought the Lakers was gonna win, and I was looking pretty good in the first quarter.
I did. I told y'all, didn't I tell y'all about Green Bay in Lambeau? I told y'all them boys was gonna win that game in Lambeau. Y'all didn't want to listen to me. Y'all ain't want to listen to me. I know something now. I know something.
I can't wait till Sunday because the Texans,
was a good game, though.
Man, the Texans gave them that game. Like
it was a good game. It was a good game.
They gave them the game in the end. Man, who goes downfield? Who does that? Who go downfield? And then with 2 minutes left, basically take knees or whatever when they got 3 timeouts.
He said
like,
take knees.
You just hand the ball off and not try to get yards. What are you doing? Like, score a touchdown right there. Like what are you doing? Try to score.
Yeah,
that was horrible.
It was, and I should have picked Pittsburgh. That was in my heart. I should have picked.
Now that's a pick I got right, and I knew that was gonna happen. See, y'all didn't believe. Y'all said, "Oh, he messed it up." Then put Russ in there, but Russ showed Justin Fields.
We definitely gonna talk about that. We got to talk about that when on Sunday.
Yeah, because like I said, my thing was I'm not sure what Russ is going to look like. I didn't want to take the chances, but
he didn't look great.
He looked good.
But he looked good. Because he did one thing that you never see. It's like Justin Fields. That's all you had to do was throw it up to Pickens. You mean to tell me that's all you had to do?
But Justin Fields on that ability. So you know what I'm saying. But it's so I mean we'll definitely see. But that is our show for today. Y'all have a plethora of ways to basically be able to check out today. Y'all can even take a look at the Thursday night football game. Y'all can take a look at one of the NBA games that's going on tonight.
Yeah,
let's
NBA
go LA Lake Show.
In San Antonio playing tonight. The Spurs.
The Spurs play tonight. So Chris Paul, Victor Wembanyama, they get
in Dallas. It's a good one too. It's in Dallas. It's a good one.
So that's so you have that's coming up. Tomorrow you get the first game of the World Series out in LA. More WNBA action, NHL if that's what you're into. College
Hold on,
football
real quick.
USA plays on Rutgers. Yeah.
Before we get off, the New York Liberty and the game. What are y'all thoughts?
Oh yeah, we talked about that earlier. I thought they was robbed.
They was.
I thought the Lynx was robbed.
You know what? I started to call you. I was like, let me ask Bishop his officiating.
That was not a foul. That was not
right.
And they try to say she gave her body. Like, come on, really?
That's the best defense you could have played in that situation. You couldn't have played it no better than that. That was the best defense you could have played. They gave the Liberty a championship. Them officials gave them a championship.
Well, I ain't gonna say they.
Let me take it back.
Championship from Minnesota because they had 5 minutes, but they took it from them in that case. They took it from Minnesota. They took the air out themselves.
Facts, because you still had 5 minutes to play. You still should have played those 5 minutes harder to get that win. And so you're right. But yeah, that was a horrible call.
But it's so deflating to have to beat you twice in the same game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just deflating to have to beat you twice. We gave all we had right then and there, and then that was rough, brutal.
Yeah, I just wanted to know what I thought was.
Yes, so of course, like we said, we'll be tapped in again on Sunday. I believe we might have a special guest, the NBS media crew. I have to tap in with them to see, so that way we have someone to sip and furthermore certify and validate my Notre Dame status.
No.
It's up to someone else because these guys be hating on me. These guys be hating on me like everyone hates on LeBron and Bronny. So until then,
good night, y'all.
Good night. Check the game out Thursday night. What's that prime going on now? Holla at y'all. Peace.